I have lost a lot of sleep over this issue for the last 2.5 weeks. I have literally been afraid to tell pretty much anybody about it because I've actually had my account suspended. I'm embarrassed to tell you guys right now. I have had my account suspended for the last 2.5 weeks. I'm going to show you how I got suspended. What the hell did Adam Fisher do wrong? What did I do wrong when I got unsuspended? Because it should have taken me less than 3 days to get this problem fixed. But because I didn't know what the hell I was doing and some mistakes that I made, it took me 2.5 weeks. Like, think of how much money I lost during that time. And I want to show you guys the plan of action I wrote, because there is zero good content on how to actually write one of these. It's the document you send to Amazon when you get your account suspended. I have spent so much time looking for good versions of this to help replicate. There's nothing out there. So let's go on to why the hell did Adam Fisher get suspended? Because this is embarrassing. This is really freaking embarrassing for me. Like, I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this, and I'm sitting over here with a suspended account. Look how much of an idiot do I look like. But I got suspended for an inauthentic product claims. Now, what this means, so I talked to a lawyer who actually does this for a living. So all he does is help Amazon sellers out. He's paid him $250 for 30 minutes of his time to help me work on my rough draft of my plan of action. And from his words, word for word, he says when you get an inauthentic product claim, that essentially means that Amazon wants to see your receipts and validate your supply chain. If you get not an inauthentic product, but a counterfeit product, if you get a counterfeit product complaint, that's when you got some serious issues, because that's when Amazon, they don't want to just see your receipts. They think you're selling legitimate counterfeit products on their platform, and that pisses them off real quick. So that's why I got the complaint. I wasn't selling counterfeit products. I mean, they didn't even give me a counterfeit product. And I actually got unsuspended the first time that I submitted this plan of action. So it's like a miracle, because once you see some of the mistakes that I made in getting my receipts, you're going to be like, how the hell did this happen? Because most people, it sounds like, do not get unsuspended the first time they submit a plan of action. So then they'll tell you, this is the actual letter, by the way, that I got from Amazon telling them that my account was suspended. So they need to see, they'll tell you what they want to see. Amazon will give you word for word what they want to see. They want to see, for me, copies of my invoices and my receipts. They want to see they want to see, if I'm the brand owner and if I have authorization to resell these products. And they also want to see, who the hell are my suppliers? They want to see all that information from me. And then they tell you the good part. The products that you got suspended for. For me, it was 3 Linksys products, which it's a router company, 3 PlayStation 4 products, and another 3 Xbox One games. And let me tell you why I got these freaking complaints, okay? Because these 2 right here, I talked to somebody on the phone, and I am 90% sure that these complaints for these video games came because, Amazon will actually just sometimes give you these complaints when you're selling products that are highly counterfeited and you haven't sold them before. I'd never sold video games before, period. I know most of you are gated for video games, but that's probably why they gave me these actual complaints. Now, the real reason why I got a suspension is because of the Linksys products. Please do not flip Linksys products. If you've already flipped some, you're probably fine. But if you start flipping more, you're going to have the problem that I did, because what happened for me is that I checked these old orders for my Linksys products, and look who bought them. Contact buyer, infringement at Belkin. Belkin is the parent company for Linksys. So we have Belkin who is going out there and buying products from me and other small sellers, and then reporting them for selling product that is inauthentic, or insert one of other 6 reasons that they can report you. So this is happening for a few big brands who don't want to, some reason they're not getting their brands just gated. They're just continuously reporting sellers that they don't recognize. This isn't happening for a lot of brands, I promise. Do not let this scare you off of arbitrage. Like, oh, I can never do arbitrage again. I'll instigate my account suspended. No, that's not the case. Because of all the brands that I've sold, I have sold a lot of brands in my first couple months doing this. Linksys is the only one I got any complaints for. Okay, Linksys is the only company that's pulling this crap. I checked the orders for these products right here, and I didn't have any of that. There was nothing suspicious about the orders. They were seemed like normal sellers. None of this stuff. Okay, none of this infringement at Belkin. So that's why I'm pretty sure they just tacked these on, because these are highly counterfeited products that I've never sold. So let's move on to my plan of action. And this is the exact document that you need to write to Amazon when you get suspended. For me, for inauthentic product claims, you should be able to use this, take this that I wrote and just like make it yours. If you make it yours, that's probably your best bet for getting unsuspended. One, I've had a lawyer look at this thing that does Amazon stuff, and two, I got unsuspended the first time. Also, there's literally no good content out there for plan of actions. I checked the Amazon seller forums. I looked plan of action over plan of action, and you're not going to find anything good. You're going to find people who put their plan of action in there, but then tell you that they still have their account suspended, and they don't know how to get unsuspended. So, I've got a link to this, by the way. So let's go ahead and talk about what you need in this plan of action. So you need 3 things in every single plan of action, and you need to actually use these headings. You need the root cause of why this happened, the immediate corrective actions, and you need the long-term changes to your business so this never happens again. So first problem, root cause. And this is where having a lawyer helped me out a lot to make this so much more smooth, okay? Because when you're actually writing this document, you need to realize who's reading this, okay? You've got employees that know nothing about your case. All they have is a list of ASINs and a reason why you got suspended. You need to make it, and they have a quota of a number of these they need to get through a day. So keep that in mind when you're writing these. You need to make it concise. You need to make it very clear. And you need to make it very convincing, because you're essentially just convincing somebody to click the button that says, okay, this seller's good, let's let them sell again on Amazon. That's it. That's all they're doing. So, root cause. Like, look at how this root cause just sounds so professional and legitimate. So, we thoroughly reviewed our account and suspect that Amazon questioned the authenticity of our products because our products tend to be slightly older versions of the products that are sold in brick and mortar stores. It doesn't admit to being at any fault, which you should not do. You should not admit to being at fault in these plan of actions. And it clearly addresses the problem. Like, it says why we had these issues. Then we go to immediate corrective actions, okay? These are things you've already done to fix the problem. And the most important one by a long shot is this one right here. It's all about the customer at Amazon. So, we have never received any complaints for these items, which may not be true for you, but the most important thing you do need to put in there is that if we do receive a customer complaint, we will immediately refund them their product and let them keep we'll immediately refund their money and let them keep the product. Very important. I know it may cost you some money if that actually happens, but it is way better to lose a little money than to lose your entire account. Last things we've got here, corrective actions going forward in the long term. So how are you going to make sure this never happens again? For me, the changes I needed to make, and you'll see these when I show you the receipts, are I need to get detailed, itemized invoices from each of our suppliers. I also said that I've established a more robust, organized system for keeping all my invoices and receipts because I actually lost an invoice. I talk about it in the video with all my biggest mistakes, but I lost an invoice for my product. And so I don't have that to show them. Like, think of how terrible that looks as me as a business owner when somebody at Amazon is reading this. It looks bad. It looks really bad. Doesn't make me look like a real business. And then we move on to what we actually do. We need to show them, we need to give the Amazon employees some background into why we got suspended, because they don't understand. All they have is a list of ASINs, and you need to give them some background, okay? So I tell them, all the products I got suspended for, how many I bought, where I bought them and the date I bought them. Give them all the good details, make it very easy for them. They don't have a lot of time. Then I want to make this sound as legitimate as possible, because if you saw my supplier here, Mars Inc., they are a store that nobody's ever heard of. They're a local store. There's only one in the nation here in Memphis, Tennessee. I need to make them sound like a legitimate store so that the other person feels confident that I am authorized to sell on Amazon again. They need to feel confident in their decision. So here's my supplier information. They asked for this in the original letter they sent me. Now, here are some more examples of giving them all the information, making it very easy for them, and making it sound professional. So, website. They asked for this, but their website's under construction. Okay, this is a little mom and pop business. You know, their website's probably been under construction for like 5 years. So what do? I tell them, we recommend checking out their Facebook page instead of their website. Their website is currently under construction, and they have a strong presence on Facebook. Like, really give them this stuff, okay? Then I give them the Facebook page. I was never asked for their Facebook page, but you need to just give them all the good information, okay? Email. They also don't have a publicly available email. I mean, they don't even have a website. So I say they don't currently have a publicly available email address, as they prefer to be contacted by phone. If you would like to contact them by phone, I have included their business hours below, and here are their business hours. Again, they didn't ask me for business hours. They never asked me for that, but I gave it to them because it's going to help my case. And then I put in here that Mars is a retail store that has been in business for more than 60 years. Just making them seem more legit. Then I've got pictures of the actual business, making them look like a real business. The person in India reading this has never seen this store, never even heard of it. Pictures from their Facebook page of their product. Look, take the best looking pictures. Okay. Now to the biggest mistakes I made, and the biggest mistakes you are not going to make because you're watching this video. First one, Mars Inc. is actually a liquidator. Okay, so they get overstock stuff from, their recent big purchases have been from Best Buy and from Sears. They just get like 10, 15 truckloads at a time in from these retailers. When you buy stuff from somebody who's a liquidator, somebody who's overstock store, or even Goodwill, you do not have any kind of paperwork to show that that your suppliers are authorized resellers of your product, meaning that they have been authorized by the manufacturer as a legitimate reseller. There is zero paperwork. Okay, I talked to the guy who owns this place, and his invoices literally just say a lot of inventory, $4 million. That's it. They don't even say what store they came from, like none of that. So there's just no paperwork there, which makes it very hard for your case, okay? That's the number one mistake I made. Don't buy stuff at those kind of stores. Number two, get receipts that make it look like you actually bought what you bought. I mean, look at these receipts right here. It says I bought 13 units at $9.99 a piece. Zero detail, doesn't tell them what I bought, doesn't make them feel confident that I actually bought what I tell them I bought. Okay, that's a big issue. That's a really big issue. And so I did give them a breakdown. I mean, I gave them everything I possibly could of what each of these items was. You know, you make sure you highlight, circle around the name of the people that bought it, the date, make all that clear. But again, these receipts are so bad. They do not instill any confidence in the people at Amazon looking over these over. Then we go on, and I actually got a little lucky here. I was actually recording a YouTube video that I never did end up posting about that haul out of that overstock store. I got some really good prices. I'm going to make some good money on them. Well, I already did sell. I sold all of it. But I had pictures, because of this video, of these products sitting on my floor as I packed them up to Amazon. So sure, you might not have these pictures like this, but maybe, you need to go and take a picture with the owner of the store or in front of the store, or just add whatever you can to make this. Heck, I've heard of people taking their receipts, have their credit card information on them, like the last 4 digits. So they will actually take a picture of their credit card, blur out the first 12 digits and leave the last 4, and they will actually show them like, hey, yo, this is my credit card. I did buy this stuff. These are real receipts from my credit card. So whatever it takes, add as much detail as you can to your plan of action. Again, Link to this will be in the description, and along to other things. Heck, I'll even put CJ's information in there. They charge $2,000 to write your plan of action, so I don't recommend doing that. But if you have an inauthentic product claim, I would think you would do pretty well using my plan of action that I'm giving you guys, because hopefully you have better receipts than I do. If you have better receipts than I do, man, this should be a home run for you. So please do not make the mistakes I made. If you have your account suspended, I know one guy literally posted on my YouTube video another one and said he got his account suspended. He never responded to my comment, but if you see this video and this has happened to you, man, go ahead and message me. My information is in the description. Facebook's probably the best way to get in contact with me, and I'd love to help you out. Like, I'm not an expert, but I'll try and help you out as much as I can. And as always, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, because that helps me show up way better in search results on YouTube. Hope this helps you out, guys. And if I just help one person, prevent them from getting suspended for doing the stupid stuff I did, this video will be completely worth it, because I know this is pretty embarrassing for me to put out.